What's up, y'all? Back today with a very special video for you guys. I'm outside today as usual, but today I have a very special guest right here. I have my son with me. That's right, my son. Now I love you guys so much, so I'm gonna actually show you my son. He's out here with me. Say what's up. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah. Anyway, he's kind of shy. But the point I'm making to you is I wanted to talk to you about a special thing today. So last night I saw a U.f.o. That's right, I saw a U.f.o. last night. I mean, I don't know how to start this off, but I'll just go right into it. A U.f.o. is nothing but, well, we know it, an unidentified flying object. So last night, as I was coming home from work around 11:30 at night, I see what we call a U.f.o. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. When I was coming home, I just saw a very large rock, what I would describe a very large rock descending from the sky rapidly towards the ground. And it was near my neighborhood, like right near my house, and it was, believe it or not, this rock was glowing. And it was green. It was a glowing green rock. And it descended from above fast. And it wasn't a shooting star. I've seen a shooting star before. They're way higher than that. And they're moving more horizontally. This was moving straight down. Descending straight down. And it was glowing a fiery lime green color. So anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on that. Obviously, it was maybe 1 second. Maybe in real time, it was maybe 1.5 seconds. So I didn't have time to film it. Obviously, you know I would. If I had my camera out, I would have filmed it. But you can take my word for it. But anyway, the point I'm getting is, I searched it up that night, which was last night. I searched it up on YouTube and other places. Glowing green rock or glowing meteor or something like that. And I actually, believe it or not, I found a few sources that say that many people around maybe Puerto Rico and Kansas and Nevada, California, other places have seen things like this. Occurrences or, how do we say, just objects that are unidentified and they happen to be flying. So yes, they're UFOs. Now, the question begs, obviously the next question would be, what are these? If they are just rocks from space or whatever, that's fine. But it begs the question, do we have what many would call aliens? That's a topic. That's a real topic that many people, at least, it's an arguable topic to say the least. Now, I'm not here to discuss whether or not there are aliens or if I have some intimate knowledge, because I don't claim to have any intimate knowledge of any kind of extraterrestrial life form. However, what I do claim to have, yes, baby, yes, what I claim to have is a understanding of the world around me. So when I say that, I mean to say this. The word alien that we've coined these potential beings with, any life form outside of our realm of Earth, we have termed these things aliens. So now, as usual, we always have to go to the dictionary, okay? The dictionary is very important. So when we go to the dictionary, it tells us that alien is foreign. It means something that's foreign, unfamiliar, not of this area, not in the norm. This is what alien is, which is why we use the term alien for many illegal immigrants who are into this country, who come into this country, because they are not considered to be part of us. They are foreign from us. So this is why we even call some humans aliens. So if you want to be technical, yes, there are aliens. You know, we call them aliens all the time. The government does, at least. Yes. So what I'm going to say about that is this. Shh, baby, quiet, okay? So what I'm going to say is this. As far as aliens, And when I speak of these aliens, I'm talking extraterrestrial life form. We're wondering, are there life forms that are maybe similar to us, not similar to us? Are there conscious beings outside of this earth? Okay, now, again, we have to go to the dictionary. Many people would say, that's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible to have aliens as what we've been told. Now, mind you, the word alien never told you a large, daunting green figure with large eyes and a stalking demeanor and a spherical ship. It never described any characteristics of this so-called alien. It just tells you that it's foreign to you. Okay? So now we have to understand, if something were to happen like that, they would say it's impossible. Many people would say it's impossible. Now, again, when we go to the dictionary, we have to look up the word possible. This is another important thing, because possible is a word that many people throw around in our daily life. Possible, possible, impossible. That's impossible. Okay, that's, yeah. But we don't really understand the word possible. Many people would argue that possible is simply something that has been done before. So if it has not been done before, it's not possible. That is what many would argue. And they would have many valid points in the fact that if it has not been done before, it cannot be proven, therefore it is not truth yet, and so that it cannot be considered such. Okay? But now we have to understand another thing. The word possible in the dictionary is defined. Okay? Now this is the dictionary. I have it. Alright? Possible. The word possible is capable of existing, happening, or being done. Okay? Feasible, plausible, imaginable. Okay? So this is a definition. It says that a definition or a synonym for the word possible is imaginable. So therefore, we come to the conclusion that if you can imagine something, it can therefore be deemed scientifically and mathematically as possible. Therefore, in layman's terms, if you can imagine it, it's possible. You know, that sounds cliche because many people have coined certain terms and put things into turning into memes. But really, when you dissect our language and the very nature around us, it is pretty simple. The dictionary tells us that the word possible is anything that's imaginable. Okay, so that means nothing is impossible as long as you can open your mind to imagine all possibilities. You see what I mean? If you imagine all scenarios, all potential scenarios, then nothing becomes impossible. Bringing us back to our initial point that aliens, in the way that we have been told, or in the way that we may conceive or whatever, may very well exist. Now, we have to go back to one of our older videos and realize the term cognitive dissonance, where certain information may make you uncomfortable, but we still have to move forward. So let's move forward. If these things or beings actually exist, these aliens that are foreign to us actually exist, now we have to make the determination. What would be their disposition? What would be their natural disposition? What would be their evolving disposition? The same as human beings have a natural inclination and natural disposition to supposedly be righteous or evil or whatnot. What would be these beings' natural disposition? Their natural disposition, meaning when they come to our land, you know how they have the old catchy phrase, we come in peace, we come in peace. Now, what would be their intentions? Not even in coming to our earth, but their intentions on their planet. What are their natural intentions? Why do I ask that? Because many people would fear such beings. But me personally, I wouldn't. And let me tell you why. The reason why I wouldn't fear such beings is this. On earth, as human beings, there's enough, let's be honest, there's enough kinds of people and plenty variety of personalities of people, correct? So we have so many different type of personalities. We have so many different archetypes and characteristics, likes and dislikes as the human race. Amongst different cultures, amongst different languages, amongst different lands, we have so many different ways that we behave that even as human beings, we cannot determine how a human acts or what a human does. We cannot make that determination based off of evidence. There's too many points that we can point to that show inconsistencies. Too many points of inconsistencies, in other words. So, in other words, if we have 10 different people in a room from 10 different areas of the world, we can pretty much determine that they have 10 different ways in which they approach scenarios, 10 different things that they laugh at, 10 different type of foods that they all like. So this means that although they are all human, that doesn't necessarily equate or define or show us their intent. Why do I say that? Because if there is such a being as an alien, and we have to stop calling, if there is a possibility of this, we have to stop belittling such a thing by calling it an alien. Because when an astronaut goes onto the moon, supposedly, or when an astronaut orbits Mars, supposedly, or one of his drones orbit Mars, supposedly, is not one of the drones that orbits Mars considered an alien on that planet? One of our American drones that surveys or does surveillance on Mars would by definition be considered an alien or be considered a UFO. Therefore, if we as humans go to Mars and set up shop and set up residence on Mars, we are aliens to Mars. We are aliens on Mars. And if there are beings there, how can we as Americans or as humans go to Mars and say we found aliens? No. You went and found out that there were people or beings inhabiting a place other than your own. And by that definition, you are the alien. So, why do I say that? That brings me to a few points. Back to Earth. Let's take it back to Earth, okay? So, back to Earth. If there was an alien invasion, an invasion of extraterrestrial beings, what would we do? How would we react? How scary would that sight be? I'll pose to you an even scarier sight. The sight of men potentially running our country that spew rhetoric like, say for instance, Donald Trump. Now please don't cut the video off right now. This isn't a tirade on any man or woman. I am merely bringing up the name of Donald Trump because at the present juxtaposition, he is one of the only two potential people that would be considered to be the head of our nation that we call America. So this is a man who spews rhetoric that is unbecoming, unprofessional, uncooperative for many people, because we have to understand America is a melting pot. So now, you know, take it back to the type of people who we have on this earth. We have people who intentionally misguide us and deceive us and spew rhetoric, negative rhetoric and hate speech. We have these human beings here. We have this evil and murder. We have torture. We have imprisonment. We have all these slavery, all these type of things that are unimaginable and so horrific and monstrous. These things that human beings have done, human beings have created, human beings have enacted. So who are we as these human beings to then point at some extra other being that we don't even know their intent, if they exist, and then say, oh, they have malicious intent, I'm scared of this? That doesn't even make any sense. What we should be scared of, I submit, is these humans with malicious intent that we see in our faces. We see these humans on our faces with malicious intent, but yet we act as if that's normal. Okay? Do you understand? This is why I would not be scared of such a being. I would at least be open to the possibility of dialogue with such a being, because it hasn't showed me hundreds and thousands of years of destruction. It hasn't shown me that. Humankind has showed me thousands of years of deconstruction and destruction. So with that being said, I love the human race. I'm a representative for the human race. But I can't, as a representative, I must be fair and stand up and embrace, or not embrace, but I must admit the faults of my ancestors or the faults of my kind. So with that being said, I would be a representative. I'm not scared of such things. I'm scared of such people on this earth. And even then, I'm not scared. I'm fearful. I'm weary. I'm hesitant. I have my eye on such people that scare me more than aliens, that scare me more than extraterrestrial beings. Now, to just drive the point home, to make you conceptualize a little further the point that I'm trying to make before I leave, think about this quick fact. The earth itself, we know that the earth itself, or we were told at least, that the earth itself is one of a number of planets in a galaxy, which is in a number of galaxies. So that we're told that Earth is one of Mars, is one of Jupiter, there's other planets. So if we're just talking about Earth itself, the one planet, but we have to keep in context that it's not the only one, but our planet itself has thousands of species. This is a fact. Our planet itself has thousands of species. Trees in itself, the trees above me, the trees around me, there are thousands of species of trees alone. There are thousands of species of insects alone. Okay? Now, humans, gorillas, lions, birds, we have so many different kinds of beings on this planet, forms of consciousness. Because when you go to swat a fly, is it not conscious of your intentions? Is it not conscious of its placement in its surroundings? And therefore it flies away. So everything we must determine is a being of creation and a being of consciousness. So with that being said, look how many beings of consciousness are on our very earth. Not only the ones that we can see, but the ones in the water. Imagine if you were a human being that had never touched a beach and had never seen such animals in the water. And then one day you came upon, on your travels, what we call a beach, and you see there's what we call large bodies of water. And then you go in and then you're amazed at the large body of water, but you only had seen the land animals and the air animals. So then you went and you swam deeper and you swam deeper, and then you finally saw a fish or a starfish, or maybe you got even deeper and you saw a dolphin even. You saw a whale. You saw an octopus. Would not an octopus be considered an alien to you? Would you not think, if you had never seen it, would you not think that an octopus, a vision an octopus, would you not think that that octopus is an alien? Be real. You really would think that these things are aliens because they're foreign to us. And now, even to conceptualize it further, imagine the juxtaposition of human and fish, or human and sea animal. Human, one of them, could only breathe air and never breathe water. And on the same earth, you have a being much like it, but the fish can only breathe water and not breathe air. But we both inhabit the same earth, and we cohabit the same earth. So with that being said, we have to open up our minds to the fact that as human beings, we're a piece or a grain of sand of this whole beach of life. And as human beings, we have, look at this butterfly. Look at the butterfly. Oh shit. A butterfly came by just right there. And there's no better way to end the story, because God will show you signs when you're speaking the truth. And you have to be open for the signs. I see signs all the time. That butterfly right there, many people would say, oh, that's just normal. But I know that's an alien. That's foreign to me, but it's actually part of me. And he was God manifested to show me the signs that I'm doing the right thing. Thank you, God, for your righteousness. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. I love you. God bless, and vibrate higher.